The following is an exclusive presentation of the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the AHSAA Radio Network.
Lauderdale County has just won their 5th straight state championship and their 13th overall.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Inside the AHSAA. I'm your host, Luke Robinson. Thanks so much for being with me today. Really do appreciate your taking a little time to learn more about what's going on inside the AHSAA. Got a great show again today. Got Corey Labounty, who is with Coastal Alabama Community College down in the Mobile area, obviously, and he's going to talk about some of the Mobile area prospects, football and basketball, and a little bit about what it is he does. We're also going to talk to Barry Dean, who is with the Alabama Baseball Coaches Association, and he's also the director of the Southeastern Underclassmen Shootout, which is going on right now, and it involves several schools and players from all over the Southeast. They're coming to Troy, Alabama, and they're all underclassmen, all playing some really great baseball. They've got all kinds of college scouts there. They've got pro scouts there as well. So it's an incredible event. It's open to the public. He's going to tell you all about it here in just a minute on Inside the AHSAA. Thanks so much for being with us. Hang tight. We'll be back in just a minute.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
What value would you gain working with Lee Marketing Group? With 4 divisions under one umbrella, Sign Source, Lee Apparel, R&B Sports Media, and LMG Advertising Agency, Lee Marketing Group offers a comprehensive approach. From logo design, tees and signs, ad placement, and everything in between, LMG can handle it all. For ease of time, cutting-edge, results-driven marketing campaigns, think LMG. Lee Marketing Group, your comprehensive marketing solution.
Team is not something you do alone. Team is plural. Team is arms, legs, blood, sweat, and soul. A lot goes into team. But what we take away stays with us forever.
Even the nights are hot down south, and now they're getting spicy too. The new Jack's Spicy Chicken Sandwich with fries only $3.99. It's got fresh tomatoes, lettuce, and just the right amount of kick. Jack's, all about the South.
In a world that's ever-changing, you have to be sure that your choices are the right choices. Whether choosing a technical degree program, taking courses to transfer to a 4-year college or university, or being a part of our national championship winning traditions, Central Alabama will provide you with courses and degree programs in tune with today's workplace. Get a sharper focus on your life by choosing one of our 3 convenient locations: Alex City, Childersburg, and Talladega. Central Alabama Community College. Central to you, central to your success.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Inside the AHSAA. I'm your host, Luke Robinson, and joining me now is my good buddy Corey Labounty from Coastal Alabama Community College down in the Mobile area. How you doing today, Corey?
Doing wonderful, Luke. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being on with us. You are one of the experts when it comes to Mobile and the Mobile area in terms of high school and the prospects there. Football-wise, Alabama just got a big commitment from Jalen Armour Davis out of the St. Paul's School. What do you think about him?
Outstanding commitment, outstanding young man. He's going to be a 6-foot defensive back. Again, his verbal commitment to Nick Saban and his staff. He's going to play in the Army All-American game. He really gets after it. He's also an outstanding track athlete, has a lot of speed. And when you try to look at the comparisons, I know that's a game a lot of people like to do. You kind of put him in the mind frame of Drake Kirkpatrick, the former Alabama Crimson Tide player from the Gadsden area. And he's just going to be a dynamic defensive back for Steve Mask and the St. Paul Saints this season.
What about the other prospects football-wise coming up for this season in the Mobile area? Is it a very good year for Mobile?
I do think it's a great year, Luke. You look at Jack West, the quarterback from Saraland High School. He's committed to Stanford. He went out and played in the Elite 11. He's also going to play in the Under Armour All-American game, so that's an elite game. And he's an elite quarterback, a big, tall, stocky quarterback, has to work on getting out of the pocket and being able to try to avoid that rush a little bit better this year. But Andres Fox, he's a 6'4" defensive end from Mobile Christian. He fields offers from LSU, Auburn, Alabama, Florida, and LSU. He says he wants to make his commitment on signing day. Now, you know we have 2 signing days now, the early one in December and the one that's originally in February. But he's a 6'4" defensive end that plays for Ronnie Cottrell at Mobile Christian. Had a wonderful state championship game appearance 1 year ago for Ronnie Cottrell and the Mobile Christian Leopards. And then there's a big fella at Theodore High School, Tamaje Porter, 6'1", 318 pounds. He's a big defensive lineman / offensive lineman. He has offers from Auburn and LSU. A big guy looking forward for big things from the Bobcats. And also Maurice Robinson. He's a quarterback / wide receiver. He's listed as an athlete, has an LSU offer as well as an Alabama Crimson Tide offer.
Mobile also has done a great job in the past of putting some guys into the college from the basketball arena. So is there anybody that stands out to you, or is there anybody who stood out to you maybe from last year? I know you and I were talking off air about the young man Tevin Brown, and that maybe some of the bigger schools in state missed out.
Yeah, I do think they did miss out on him. I know he had a lot of late offers, but he made that commitment to Murray State. Is going to go up there and do a wonderful job for the Murray State program. He's just a difference maker. You and I talked off the air. He's a young man that can step off the bus and fill it up for him. You look at a lot of the schools here locally, whether it be South Alabama or Troy or UAB, he would have fit into any of those type of programs because the dynamics of basketball is changing a lot. You look at the Golden State Warriors setting the standard for scoring a lot of points, and defense, they say it wins championships, but at the same time, at the end of the day, I have to score more points than you do to win. And Tevin Brown, definitely a dynamic scorer. But when you look at the 2018 class from a basketball standpoint down here in the Mobile-Baldwin County area, there's a little bit of talent, but not as much talent as you've seen in the past, such as a Dazon Ingram going on to play at the University of Alabama, or Sierra Johnson, who is going and is committed to Alabama, currently prepping at Shelton State Community College.
Who is the best athlete you've seen come from the Mobile area in, say, the last 10 years? Basketball, football, whatever sport. They've certainly put a lot of folks into college and then on into the professional ranks, but I want to know who stands out to you in the last decade.
From an athletic standpoint, I mean, you really have to look at DeMarcus Cousins was a dominant athlete in the sport of basketball for sure. You look at the success that he had with the Kentucky Wildcats, then going on to the Sacramento Kings, and now for the Pelicans. Just a dominant athlete in his particular sport. Also, when you look across the board, that's a great point, Luke. The Mobile-Baldwin County area has put out so many great athletes, but I really think Julio Jones, within the last decade, was one of the best athletes that I ever saw and laid eyes on, because he was not only able to play the game of football at an outstanding and high level, he was also an outstanding basketball player. Probably if you would have asked myself or a lot of others, high school coach Robbie Robertson would tell you Julio could have made it in the NBA. And then, of course, that blazing speed allowed him to be a superstar track athlete. So I put Julio Jones as probably the best overall athlete that I've watched come from this Mobile, Baldwin County area.
Of course, speaking to Corey Labounty, who is one of the coaches at Coastal Alabama Community College. Talk about Coastal Alabama Community College, because you've got a new name and you've actually merged with some other schools, and talk about that whole process.
It's been a transformation that has taken place over the last 2 or 3 years. Our president, Dr. Branch, has done a wonderful job of making the transition. Again, we were formerly Faulkner State Community College, located in Bay Minette, Alabama. Now we've merged with a couple of other schools. There's 3 Coastal Alabamas, which is kind of confusing. When you look at the website, you see Coastal Alabama Bruton, you have Coastal Alabama Monroeville, and then, of course, you have Coastal Alabama Bay Minette. Coastal Alabama Bay Minette is formerly Faulkner State. Coastal Alabama Monroeville is formerly Alabama Southern, and Coastal Alabama Bruton is formerly Jeff Davis. So all 3 of those community college merged. All are under the Coastal Alabama umbrella, but it makes for a different dynamic, because as the color schemes stay the same with that maroon and gray color scheme, you differentiate all 3 of them just by their last name: Bruton, Bay Minette, and then Jeff Davis. So that's kind of a different and unique twist to merging community colleges.
And of course, Corey, you wear a lot of hats down there in the Mobile area. You've got your own sports show that airs every Saturday from 8 to 10 on FM 106.5. Tell everybody about that show.
No doubt about it. Coach Rick Cleveland, 18 years ago, decided he really wanted to get after high school athletics and really support it throughout the state of Alabama. So myself, Coach Mark Lassiter, and Rick Cleveland, every Saturday morning, 52 weeks out of the year, we host the Prep Sports Report on FM Talk 106.5. You can go to the TuneIn Radio app. Check us out every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 right here on FM Talk 106.5. Again, you can listen to us. You can follow us on Twitter, PSR_1065. You can also, again, go to the TuneIn Radio app on your smartphone or your Android phone. Listen to us on the TuneIn Radio app every Saturday morning from 8 to 10.
Well, Corey, thanks so much for being with us on Inside the AHSAA. Look forward to seeing you soon. I know I'll see you at the finals in 2018, but hopefully I'll catch up with you before then.
Look forward to it.
All right, buddy. Have a good day.
You do the same. Thanks a lot for having me.
That was Corey Labounty. Of course, he's with Coastal Alabama Community College. He's got this Prep Sports Report show on FM 106.5 down in Mobile, and really just an authority on everything when it comes to high school sports down there in the very fertile Mobile recruiting area. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in just a minute with more Inside the AHSAA.
Let's go over this again. Who starts off with a real Coke taste? Coca-Cola! And then Coca-Cola pitches the real Coke taste to who? Coca-Cola! How is Coca-Cola going to give real Coke taste to itself? Take a lap, genius! Coca-Cola takes a snap and then pitches the real Coke taste to Coke Zero running up on the right. You got it? Yeah! At that point, we fake punt the real Coke taste. Who fakes the punt?
Coke Zero Cola.
Take a lap! Coke Zero. Real Coke taste.
0 calories.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization. Wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat. Full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma. All with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
At Cadence, we believe money should get out of the bank and into action. Getting out into the world of business, for energy companies, the healthcare industry, legal and accounting firms, And for individuals, wealth management. When you find your Cadence in Alabama, you turn money into action. So join us and we'll work together to find your Cadence at Cadence Bank.
Member FDIC.
You may know them from high school, from the local grocery store, or even your own neighborhood. These local teens have embarked on a new journey, one that begins at Southern Union State Community College. Visit suscc.edu/journey to see the life's journey these students have planned. We believe that you have an amazing journey ahead of you too, and Southern Union is the perfect place to begin at an affordable price close to home. Southern Union, where the journey begins.
More heart.
More drive. More will.
More guts.
More sweat.
More dedication.
More practice. More control.
More clutch.
More hard work.
More fun.
More family.
More love.
More basketball.
Baseball.
College tennis.
More every day.
More everything. More
to come.
More Wilson.
Welcome back to Inside the AHSAA. We're going to talk a little baseball now and talk to Mr. Barry Dean, who's with the Alabama Baseball Coaches Association. He's also the director of an event called the Southeastern Underclassmen Shootout. It's going to have their second annual event upcoming very, very shortly. Mr. Dean, how are you today?
Oh, doing fine. Thank you, Luke.
Tell us about this shootout. I've been reading a little bit about it, and it sounds like it was just a ton of fun last year. You've got schools and players from all over the Southeast coming into this.
Yeah, we do. Last year was the first year, and basically in 2012, Team Alabama, I took a Team Alabama from the Alabama Baseball Coaches Association All-Star event that we do here in Troy. Have done that since 2000. We took a team to Georgia and would play Team Georgia and Team Tennessee. That went 2012 to 2015, and I initiated doing that event because I knew the guys in Georgia, and there were a lot of coaches and scouts already over there for all the summer stuff, and went well and got a lot of coaches and scouts at our event over there. Great exposure for our kids. That's why we did it. That kind of waned the last couple years, 14 and 15 of 2014, 15, and so I decided to host the event over here and invite more teams. I wanted to open it up, and Georgia didn't really want to, and that was fine. So I asked Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, Florida, and last year Georgia brought a team, and then us. There were 6 last year, and Georgia couldn't quite come back this year and pull it together. So it's Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, Florida, and we put 2 Team Alabamas in there. But I tried to get South Carolina or Kentucky or Arkansas a little late, and they loved the event. The cost is very minimal for the kids, and it's great exposure to stay on the campus here at Troy in the dorms. The kids love it, neat atmosphere. So next year I'll have a 16, whether it's to South Carolina, Arkansas, or somebody. But these are all 2018 to 2020 underclassmen.
And last year you had representatives from 32 different colleges and 9 major league teams. Is that correct?
We did, and that was we have a scout. We try to get a scout to be on each team in uniform.
Wow.
And this year we got about 5 of the 6 teams, and it's hard because the scouts have so much summer coverage. They may be covering the minor league teams. They're in Cary, North Carolina for the USA trials right this week. There's so much out there going on, but we're fortunate. The scouts, Danny Watkins and Warren Hughes, were on Team Alabama last year, and they loved the intensity. I mean, a lot of travel ball is what it is, but it's not that intense. Well, the kids were really fired up to win this thing last year, and it was good. I mean, it was good. You had some close games, some not as close, but some really close ones, and the kids were elated when they won. And our Team Alabama got beat in the bronze medal game against Louisiana, and they were really dejected when they got beat. And 7 innings, real baseball. We use the AHSAA pitching guidelines for safety for the pitchers. And it's just, last year was good. Even the 2 scouts in our dugout who are not overhyped guys, they loved it, and they came back this year to coach again, and they told the scouts it was a really good thing. And it was good talent, number one, the scout said, from all the states, and it was intense, and kids wanted to win, and they play hard.
So you do believe maybe next year this will grow even more, and you could have states like Kentucky and Arkansas and South Carolina represented, right?
Yeah, but yes, I think that the fee that we're charging these kids really $300, and that's to stay in the dorm for 3 nights, 8 or 9 meals. We do a banquet the night before. Last night we did a banquet. We have speaking sessions like Coach Butch Thompson came down from Auburn and was a featured speaker last night. Gave a great inspirational talk for 30 minutes. We had our arm carrier, Jessica Mount from Rehab Associates, had some really good Dr. Dugas video on arm care and arm exercises. That was last night to all the parents and the kids of the General Assembly. We had Division I, Division II, Division III, NAIA, and junior college coach and NCAA compliance officer talk about academics and athletics. Per their level, the NCAA compliance officer, of course, about the eligibility center. I mean, very educational. We're having Coach Lee Hall, one of our top coaches in our state high school, giving a time management talk to all the teams tomorrow, 2 teams at the time. So there's a lot of good information. It's a camp off the field, which makes it a neat event. The parents, the kids walk dining hall to dorm to baseball field. Kind of an old school, I say old school in the 90s when the baseball camps were really kicking big on campuses. They walk from the dining hall to the dorm and get to know each other a little more. But yeah, when the other states heard about this, I've kind of kept it to 6 to keep it within 1 week, the middle of the week, to stay off the weekend of travel ball. But if we had to use a second field, maybe Charles Henderson right next door. When schools hear the price point and on the campus, and it's kind of they show up and it's all laid out and organized for them, it's and 30 colleges and several pro scouts. Are you kidding? I mean, that's a great deal and great exposure.
It certainly is. You got to think it's also great exposure for Troy University. I'd be really apt to believe that some of the bigger schools may get involved with this later on and say, hey, this is a great opportunity to expose our university to some of these young men.
You're right. Troy's been very supportive. They've been very they've helped us along the way and even helped us secure a little sponsorship here and there. So they've come on board in that respect, and it's a first-class facility. The staff here with the coaches and just the staff on campus in general are very Medina students, down to the people helping out in the dining hall, but they're very supportive. So they have the turf field down here, which is a great fit if it rains, these summertime showers. But yes, there are other schools who express some interest and would love to have it on their campus because of the players, the quality of players, but also if kids don't go to play college ball, they'll know their campus from being there, and that's a recruiting tool in itself.
Well, Barry, I want to ask you one other thing that's a little bit off topic. I know that the College World Series is going on right now, and by the time this airs, there may be a national champion crowned. But one thing that I've heard a lot recently in terms of maybe speeding up the game of baseball a little bit, maybe reducing it from 9 innings to 7 innings. And I know you guys are playing 7 innings in these competitions. Do you think that's a good idea for college and maybe even Major League Baseball to reduce it to 7 innings, try and speed the game up a little bit more?
Yeah. Well, I'm not on all the cutting edge, I guess, talk and so forth. I haven't heard that to go from 9 innings to 7. I've not heard that. I've heard of different ways to cut it. I guess pitchers not taking as much time in between pitches and things of that magnitude. And of course, they've tried to keep batters in the box. I know that's been going for several years, but I think that our society is, there's no doubt, is activity driven, 24/7 on your phones and all the media that's out there that you can use to be connected very fast. And a game like baseball, unlike basketball and football or soccer, is not or hockey, they're not a time limit sport, and it drags on in that respect. Any true baseball fan, and I realize you're trying to appeal to a broader audience. I get that, and media and television ratings and all that good stuff drives that greatly. But when you have good baseball, that's why I think they like the livelier ball to hit more home runs, because people are excited when they score more. But there's a baseball purist who's going to love a 2-1 game, a 1-0 game, a 3-2 game. Great pitching, great defense, timely hitting. So, I get it with our society nowadays. Everybody gets bored easily, and unfortunately, I don't think that's going to go backwards. But I wouldn't cut it to 7 innings by any means. Maybe there's some things within the game pitchers, not taking as long and stepping up on the rubber and throwing. I'm for that as a coach when I coach college ball. Hitters having one foot in the box, getting the signal, getting back in and hitting, and not going through too much of a ritual. Just to let's play and let's keep the flow going. And so, as far as those things go, maybe they could continue to work on the pace of play. So, but cutting it down, I wouldn't do that per se. And bad baseball is always a factor if one team's beating the other one bad. But I don't know, what else they're really, what else you're talking about. But anyway it goes. Baseball is a strategy game and a mental game. It's physical, of course, but still there's some strategy to it. When you know the strategy, you can watch the game and enjoy it more. And it can lose some folks that way. But
well, you won't lose folks at the second annual Southeastern Underclassmen Shootout, which is going on right now, and it sounds incredibly exciting. Can the general public come out and check this out?
Yeah, of course. Today, it's the first games today. On Tuesday, we had the workouts this morning for the scouts, infield, outfield, and workouts, and then the games are going on now. 4 games today. Then tomorrow we start at 9 o'clock again. 5 games going straight through, no infield, outfield, just games. 5 games start at 9 o'clock in the morning. And then Thursday is a medal round where the teams are seeded 5 and 6. Just play the consolation game at 9 o'clock, 11:30, or after the first game ends, if that becomes sooner. The 3 and 4 seeded teams play for the bronze medal, which last year Louisiana beat Alabama for. And then after that game, approximately 2 o'clock, the number 1 and 2 seeds play. Winner has the gold medal. Loser has a runner-up and the silver medal. So, which Florida beat Mississippi for that last year. And so, hey, like I said, kids were excited when they won and down when they lost. And that's something refreshing to see in the summertime. And a little state pride and underclassmen, good talent. It's kind of a good, and Troy does a great job of hosting it. So there's really the perfect storm for what's going on right now.
Well, Coach Dean, thanks so much for being with us on Inside the AHSAA. We really do appreciate your time, and I hope everybody has as good a time as you've described, because it sounds incredible and an incredible opportunity for all these young men and for Troy University. So I hope everybody goes out and checks it out. It sounds like a blast.
Thank you. One more thing I'll throw in is we do this same kind of event for the kids in this state. A week and a half ago here at Troy again. It's been at Troy since 2006. Birmingham Southern from 2000 to 2005. But I'm just duplicating what we do in our state for 120 kids, which has been very successful. They stay on the campus. We have speakers come in. Outside of this, we have games and workouts on the field. I have 30 to 40 college coaches, 2 or 3 pro scouts at that. So we've been doing this, and it's been wildly successful. I'm just transferring this to the Southeast, and the states have really enjoyed it, and the setup is a good deal. And so, and the fee's very minimal. That, unlike a lot of places, is really, really financially stressful on parents. So, hey, thank you guys for having us on, and I appreciate your support.
Anytime, Coach. Be on with us again sometime soon, okay?
Thanks, Luke.
That was Barry Dean with the Alabama Coaches Association for baseball. And he's also the director of the Southeastern Underclassmen Shootout, which is going to be going on at Troy University. Sounds like an awesome time, so I hope a lot of people go out there and check that out. And it's just an event that's going to keep growing, and another great idea from somebody here in the state of Alabama. Well, that's going to do it for Inside the AHSAA this week. Be sure to check us out next week, and thanks so much for being with us.